Hello, welcome to Lemonade Stand Podcast, EP.7. We are now with our co-host, your king, and
Eh,
us, and also Lost Boat back yet again. At this point, since we're able to get him pretty frequently, might as well become a third co-host.
that'd be dope.
Yeah,
So yeah, how's your guys' days been so far?
my day's been pretty good.
Yeah, mine's been pretty dope too.
Mine's been kind of
Um,
slow.
mm,
Just been, I haven't really been doing too much today. Nothing too much going on.
mm.
Hmm.
Yeah, I've been getting my ass kicked in Fighter Z.
You started playing it again?
Yeah, I started playing that Marvel vs. Capcom again. Because Mortal Kombat, y'all know the new Mortal Kombat's coming out. It's going to be having like this weird little assist team thing. So I thought, why not get ahead of the curve by playing team games, getting used to that sort of shit. It's
Mm-hmm.
been fun.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I also went to Vegas too. I don't know if I sent you this left, but essentially at the Airbnb my family was staying at, they had like Marvel's Capcom fight like arcade one up machine over there.
Wait, at the place?
Yeah, at the Airbnb that I was staying at,
That sounds
which was
nice.
ironic. Which is ironic because while I was there, Evo was going on. Do you know what Evo is?
No.
It's just basically the biggest fighting game tournament in the world. This Evo was going on, right? And it was ironic because Marvel vs. Capcom 3 actually returned to Evo this year. After like a while of it being gone, right? It returned to Evo this year, and like it was ironic that I was in Vegas while Evo was going on because Evo takes place in Vegas, right? It was ironic that all this shit was going on. And I wasn't even there for Evo. I was there for a family reunion, so that's kind of funny.
Did you do anything at Vegas?
Uh, Nothing really. I think we went to like a shoe store in Vegas, but that's pretty much it. Oh, we also went to a mall too. But yeah, I was mostly there for family reunion and shit. The older kids, the kids above 18 went on the strip, so I'm kind of pissed. Then again, I'm not too pissed because one of my cousins, he lost what's it called? He lost like $200 gambling or some shit like that. So I don't feel too bad.
Yeah, Vegas will do that to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, so the segue, you said you had two stories you wanted to share?
Yeah, at least two that I know of that I really want to share, right? I guess I'll start with the first one. It's like not that big, right? It's not that like impactful, right? The first story is just me being fucking smooth, right? And getting away with a bunch of shit, right? Because I've mentioned this like I'm not sure if I mentioned this on a podcast before, but like there's this girl I like at my school, right? Um, I like her a lot. She's like one of the biggest crushes I've ever had, right? Essentially, we have like we in junior year we had like a bunch of classes together. I had half my classes with her, right? Essentially in one of the classes, her and this other kid they were like fighting over a pencil or some shit. And what ended up happening was it fell like right in front of me, and her and the dude they were saying, "Hey, give it to me, give it to me, give it to me." I ended up giving it to her, and I was smooth with it by saying, "Well, what can I say? I'm a simp." And we all had a good fucking laugh, and I managed to get away with that shit. Like she didn't even know. I don't think she knows anymore. Like at that point, if I was able to get away with that shit, I don't think she knows at all. Like because like I've been trying my best to like make keep it on the down low, right? Not trying to like have her know that I like her, right? So it was fucking dope that I was able to just get away with that shit, like just do it clean like that. I found that like to be really dope, just like get with that shit, man. Like that was probably one of my smoothest moments right there. About. But yeah, and then the second story, actually has something to do with something I learned this week while listening to last week's episode of the podcast. Aiden, I found out you're Mexican actually, or you're part
Yes.
Mexican, yeah.
Yes.
I didn't know that, like
And
I didn't know
you,
that.
you know Michael is full Mexican, and
Yeah.
when my mom told him that when he came over, he was really surprised. And then later, after when we dropped him off at his house, my mom just kind of like, just kind of slapped me on the shoulder, like, Why? How come Michael doesn't know you're part Mexican? Come on, Aiden. Come on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, nah. Yeah, me fool, man. I thought you were full on white, man. Like, but yeah, nah.
Yeah.
I'm Mexican too. I'm also like half black, right? And I've never like fully been like insecure about my Mexican side, right? If I've ever been insecure about my race, it's always been that I'm not black enough, right? Like that's just like a thing about me. I'm always afraid that I'm just not black enough. But with my Mexican side, like despite the fact that even back then, even back whenever I was not feeling black enough back in middle school and stuff like that, it was still sort of like I felt Mexican enough. Even like I didn't speak Spanish back then too, and even still
Mm-hmm.
I felt fully confident in my Mexican side. It's always been I'm not black enough, I'm not Mexican enough, right? Until one day in junior year, I was scrolling through Fightcade, right? Fightcade, for anyone who doesn't know, is essentially just a way to play retro fighting games online, right? You know, your old Street Fighters, your old Capcom versus SNKs, and your old, for relevant to this story, King of Fighter games,
Is
right?
it
Specifically
like
King of Fighters. Yeah,
is it like
yeah.
emulators?
Yeah, there are a bunch of mini emulators, but you can play them online. It's like a collection of emulators that you can play online. It's dope. But yeah, I was scrolling through arcade, right? And I decided to play King of Fighters. I thought, you know what, I'm gonna finally try King of Fighters, right? King of Fighters 2002, to be specific. It's everyone's saying it's the best game in the series, and King of Fighters is like one of the greats. I've never played a King of Fighters game before. The closest I ever got was Capcom versus SNK, which, Capcom they make Street Fighter, SNK they make King of Fighters, so that game is Street Fighter versus King of Fighters, right? That's the closest I've ever gotten to playing one. So I thought, let's play like an actual proper one, right? When I got in there, I found a bunch of Mexican like people, right? Because it shows what country you're from. Like for me, it shows like the American flag because I'm from America. For them it shows just nothing but a bunch of Mexican flags on there, insigniating that they're all from Mexico. And that's when I fucking remembered that King of Fighters is the game of our people, right? Like, if you like ask like a bunch of like casual like fighting game players if they've even heard what their favorite fighting game is, they'll say Street Fighter, and they'll probably tell you that they never heard of King of Fighters, right? However, you go down to Mexico, it's almost the fucking opposite, right? We're sure that a bunch of people have probably heard of Street Fighter, right? Sort of like how a bunch of people in the FGC have heard of King of Fighters, right? However, if you ask any casual fighting game players down there, if they've heard Street Fighter, they'll say no, but they know what King of Fighters is. King of Fighters is that big down in Mexico, right? And I'd forgotten about that up until that fucking point. And it was around this time that I started feeling super fucking insecure about being Mexican enough because this is the first time I'm playing this game right now, right? This is the first time I'm playing King of Fighters, and it's sort of like, well, am I really Mexican enough to play this, right? Like, I started feeling insecure and all that, so I just went into the training mode they offer and just started training. And I actually decided to go fight online. I fought somebody. It was a Mexican kid, right? He kicked my ass and like said something in Spanish. I didn't know. I didn't bother to translate or whatever. But it made me feel really fucking insecure, man. Like about like being, but I'm not Mexican enough, which is funny. Of all the shit that I've been through in life, it's fucking King of Fighters that made me feel that way. It wasn't anything else. It was King of Fighters that made me feel this way, man. I'll never not find that funny, man. You know, I'll never not find that funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have any stories you want to
Uh,
tell?
I'm trying to look up the game.
About
So
King of Fighters?
yeah,
Name.
it just kind of looks like it's like regular fighting game, but you said it's like
Yeah.
really really big in.
Mexico, yeah. Like Street Fighter, the top players are like Japan, right? Marvel vs. Capcom, the top players are America. And King of Fighters, the top players are like either Mexican or Korean. Like the Mexicans and Koreans are fighting over that game right there, you know? It's dope. But yeah, King of Fighters is a dope fighting game from what I could tell. I like to go off of is like I've played that game in sorry about that, Capcom versus SNK, right? Where it's essentially a game where you put together a team of four, right? I think three or four fluctuates between games, right? Essentially, you have like the first, basically, instead they replaced rounds with essentially your characters, right? Where the first character you chose will go up against the first character your opponent chose, right? And then they'll both fight. Whoever loses, they lose that character, and the second character comes in, and essentially, it's like sort of an endurance match. See if you could kill the other team's characters before they kill all your characters. really interesting way to play.
So it
Whenever
sounds like
yeah,
Fighter Z.
as far as except
Yep.
you can't switch. You can't switch. It's like all set in stone. Like in Fire Z, you can switch between characters. However, in King of Fighters, it's like all set in stone, right? Like there's no assists, no nothing. It's just Street Fighter, but you have sort of an endurance mode, right? You have other characters to back you up, essentially.
Okay.
It's interesting.
Okay.
I've only ever really played Capcom versus SNK. That's like one of my favorite fighting games ever. And the reason why I play that is because you have the option to skip choosing all three characters, all four characters, and just choosing one, making them powerful as all fuck, right? I've enjoyed abusing the shit out of that. Where essentially, like, if you choose to make your character all powerful as all fuck, you have better endurance, but also better damage, right? Like higher damage. And if you choose like a character, like they have a character from from a bunch of other SNK games outside of King of Fighters, one of them being Harumaru from this game called Samurai Showdown, which I might gush about that after this. Essentially, his entire point of his game is that you can't do fancy combos, but every single hit does a shit ton of damage. So if you combine that with the fact that your character can do more damage, and combine that with the fact that everyone else is choosing three characters, which means weaker characters, it means that I could fucking murder teams within seconds, and they can do nothing about it. It's dope. It's dope on Capcom vs. SK the way I abuse that shit. So,
So he's been practicing that game.
yeah, just nonstop.
But you also mentioned you're doing Fighter Z too.
Yeah, I've been doing Fighter Z. I've been getting my ass kicked. Actually, before getting on here, I was playing that game, right? And I actually had a pretty fair fight with someone. They beat me. They like bodied me once, like the first round we played, and the second time, it came close. They ended up winning, but it came close though.
I'm
Okay.
always scared to play like ranked on fighting games just because either I'm gonna be absolutely slaughtered, or I'll be the one slaughtering them, or it'll just be a game that will be like really close. But most of the
That's
time,
fighting games.
yeah, but most of the time I always assume I'm gonna get my ass kicked like really hard, like I won't be able to touch them. And that was my first impression of Fighter Z. I had no experience at all, no idea what characters were good or bad. The very first game I played on Fighter Z was a ranked game, or maybe not a ranked game. It wasn't a ranked game. It was a ring match against a random person. Uh, I remember them using. I don't know how it was. This was like years ago. They were using characters like Krillin, Yamcha, Tien, and I was using like my favorite characters, which I don't remember exactly what I was using. Probably just like I don't know, Goku, maybe Goku Black, and I don't remember who else. And I remember like seeing their team before I even realized the amount of ass beating I was about to get. I was like, oh man, this is good. This is gonna be easy. This is gonna be so easy. I mean, I barely touched this game at all. Didn't go into a training match to figure out the controls, but this is gonna be so easy. He's using like the weakest characters from the show. Man, this is gonna be so easy. Yeah, I couldn't
In a
touch the.
game where Master Rochi could beat Ultra
Yeah,
Instinct
I
Goku's ass,
and
like,
I and I and
Mhm.
as soon as the game started, I didn't hit the dude a single time. He got me in an infinite combo lock essentially, because I did not know how to break out of it, because I did not know how to play the game. And then after I got beaten, that completely like I was like, yeah, I'm not playing anymore online players anymore.
mm, yeah.
And then when I finally actually bought the game, I still was very cautious, and so now most of the time whenever I play Fighter Z, it's either against you, or I'm just playing training, or playing against AI.
You should
But
do
there
casuals.
there was one time I did play ranked, and I did beat somebody pretty well. It was actually a fun game though. It was really close. First game I won, second game he won, third game I won, but it was extremely close. It was an extremely close game.
Huh.
That was like the most fun I had on that game.
Yeah.
So it makes
Those
me
games are usually fun.
so it makes me think I maybe should just try playing ranked on that game a little more often.
Yeah, ranked can do you some good. It's also like a cancer too.
Yeah.
Like the reason that turned me off Street Fighter Five was because their fucking casual mode is almost dead. Street Fighter Five's casual mode is almost dead, right? So
Mhm.
which means I have no choice but to play fucking ranked. And holy shit, even the low rank system is like extremely flawed, right? Because their low tiers are like gods, right? And like every time I rank up into like a different thing, I always like places like say for like rookie, right? Like I'm a rookie, right? Every time I go to bronze, it places me up against someone who's like at ultra bronze, but is like two ranks above me. It's like and they're about to rank up into like gold or whatever, or silver or whatever. So it's like always bullshit, like the matchmaking they do, and like yeah, I just stopped playing Street Fighter Five casual after that.
Now you're doing in six.
Mm.
I'm doing well in six. I'm with Melissa. I'm gold five, which is like close to diamond, which is like almost at platinum, which is almost at master.
It's a master.
I'm close to master. The thing is, like, like at gold five, even it gets to the point where even I'm fighting for my life, right? Like I played to get up against the Guile, right? And Guile is like a charge character, which essentially means that you have to hold back for like 3 seconds and then forward and then like press the hit button in order to do a Hadouken, right? Instead of like doing a normal motion circle. So I thought, this is going to be fine if I just overwhelm him a bunch or something like that. If I overwhelm him a bunch, read him, and figure out when he's going to uppercut me, I should be fine, right? That nigga fucking he jumped like he like managed like Captain America me where he just like found all my pressure points and hit me there, right? Like he jumped like I remember there's like very vividly, right, where there's a moment where he jumped over my character while I was still crouching and somehow managed to hit me at every single point in the fucking arc. I managed to beat him somehow still because I do like to jump a lot, so all I had to do was like anti-air him, but still it was like I had to fight for my fucking life on that game mode in particular, man. Like that was not fun. That was not fun. That was hard.
You'll never catch me playing Street Fighter or any new Mortal Kombat game because I'm too scared to learn how to play the game, and I feel like even if I learn how to play a game, I'm just gonna get my ass beat anyway because somebody masters a character.
Yeah.
Um, with Mortal Kombat in particular, yeah. Like I've been low rank the entirety of Mortal Kombat X's life. I've started getting a bunch of bitches who just like fucking combo me to death, like TDK me, right? So yeah.
I only got Mortal Kombat X because I got it for like $10 one time, and I had like a gift card, and I was like, I might as well just buy it. And then
Huh.
I don't think I ever played ranked on that game, but I played like, all I remember is playing the campaign. I was like, oh, it's the campaign. It can't be that hard, right? I could not get past the first level.
What?
Yeah, I
Wait.
I
What?
suck. I
Wait,
sucked at
wait,
that.
what difficulty?
I don't know what difficulty. I mean, then again, I was new to the game, so either the lowest or the second difficulty, whatever those are. It's been a long, long time
You
since I
got your
touched it.
ass beat by a very easy robot. Like
Yeah, that
even
tells
on
you
easy, they're punching bags. They're fucking
that
punching.
tells you my skill on Mortal Kombat.
Holy shit! Like my sister could be a very easy.
Huh.
How? What? What?
They
Yeah, man,
barely
like
Yeah,
attack.
I
yeah.
have not played it. Last time I played Mortal Kombat X was like 4 years ago.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay. Then.
I mean, I could probably go back now and probably do a lot better, but I don't know the game just intimidates me anytime I go into it.
I get that. Like I was the same way
Yeah.
with Z and Tekken, right? Where I was bad at Marvel, so I was afraid that I might be bad at Dragon Ball Z, right? I am bad at it, but like it's supposed because I don't know when the fucking combos end and I'm supposed to punish. And
Yeah,
Tekken, that's like 3D Street Fighter. And have you seen the move list for Tekken? Have you seen the move list for Tekken?
no.
No.
They're
I've s-
fucking long. They're fucking long. Like there's just one character who has like 8 different stances, right? And there's like comprehensive move list for each fucking stance. And the thing is, you can't even choose which stance he goes into. Like legit, if you do one attack, that changes the stance. So you have to like fucking like think on your feet with that shit. That scared me. But then I found out that Akuma from Street Fighter was in it, and he was like one of the most broken characters in the game. And I was like, oh yeah, I'm set, man. Yeah, I am set. I play that game. Like I dominate in that game now.
I prefer games like Fighter Z and Guilty Gear because they're easier to pick up and learn.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I've always been afraid to play Guilty Gear, right? Like because like I said, they're known as anime fighters, and games have been infamous for having long ass combos, shit like that, right? And it's always been scary to me. Shit.
I saw a video the other day of somebody using MUI Goku on a Fighter Z fight, and the dude was basically reading this guy like a whole essay. He was reading all of his moves before they were even happening.
God damn.
It was brutal. Like the dude couldn't even get a
Yeah,
single hit off of him. He killed like two of his dudes just by reading them. It was crazy. And even when that guy
Yeah.
bust out his Master Ultra Instinct Goku, he was still reading him.
damn. That's yeah, no, that's not good, man. Like,
Yeah.
someone fucking UI Goku read me like in a game once, like because I remember I got Vegito out and it was just like me and his Ultra Instinct Goku. And every time I go to fucking attack, he'd do that weird ass dodge thing and fucking punish me for it every single fucking time. And it fucking pissed me off.
You love to spam. What is it? Super? Is it Super
Why?
Saiyan or is it Super Saiyan Blue that you love to spam?
Super Saiyan Blue, Vegito.
I thought like Vegeta. I remember when we were playing that
Well,
you were
that's because it was
spamming.
always because it was always easy to hit you with it, so I didn't need to resort to air combat. With all these motherfuckers, I have to go air combat all the time, or just survive. Man, it's not fun.
Yeah.
Mm.
But yeah.
Just you got anything?
Yeah, I'm not good at fighting games. I've been trying on Fighter Z, and it's not doing well.
Mm. Well, everyone keeps saying that, despite the fact they keep dying. That's like a part of the process. Like just with anything in life, that's a part of the process. Dying over and
Mm.
over again until you get good, until you learn. Because eventually, like what I did with Street Fighter, right? Like eventually, you start to learn when combos end. Like when combos end, right? And when you can like fucking punish people. That's the main part of it. When people are bombarding you, just gotta be patient and see when it ends, and when it's your turn to fight finally.
Yeah. The more times you play, I mean, the more you'll learn.
Uh,
You know, it's just unfair. People who play fighting games that you're usually supposed to play like on controller, but buy those like was it $200-$300?
Sticks.
Yeah, joystick pads.
Fun fact, actually, I was thinking of buying one of those too. Um,
I know
both for like Street Fighter and for like a Fallout challenge
they
that I had.
they sold a Fighter Z themed one. I know that.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I wonder is it a
And
lot. I wonder is it a lot more easier on those things or no? Is it just
well, everyone will tell you that it just depends on like each person, right? For some people, it's easy to do it on a fucking controller. For some people, it's easy to do it on an arcade stick. You just gotta think about it. Like for instance, like there's this new one that came out, Hitbox. Because the argument before was that it doesn't really matter whether you play on arcade or whether you play on an actual controller, right? As long as you're having fun with it. Um, however, this thing called the Hitbox came out, right? And that's like a leverless controller where you can look it up right now, but essentially there's just nothing but buttons, right? There's like four buttons, one for your up, down, left and rights, right? And it's essentially just telling you like essentially everyone plays it. Like I know this one guy, this one YouTuber, Rooflemonger, he plays it. He uses it specifically because like he is developing arthritis in his arm, but he still wanted to play fighting games. So instead of continuing to work on with a stick, he had his own custom made fight hitbox, right? And it's like really easy for him to just like tap on the buttons rather than just like have to move around the fucking stick, right? So now an argument's being made that hitbox might be better in that case, right? But even still, I just say play with whatever you feel comfortable with.
Alright.
most people probably pick the controller just because the buying those joystick and buttons are like a lot if you want them to go onto a
Uh,
console.
Yeah, for like the casuals, yeah, it's mostly like controllers and all that. That's when people mostly stick. Holy shit, Multi's on here. Sorry, I'm looking through the Xbox game store again. But yeah, that's essentially what people at the casual level do, and sometimes it sticks. Sometimes people realize that it's probably not for them, and still buy it, right? Still buy the actual arcade stick. It just depends.
When it comes to fighting games, what type of commands are like the bane of your existence? For me, it's quarter
Fuck.
circle.
Well, I mastered Core Circle a while ago. For me, it's fucking um, It's fucking like full circles like the ones that grapplers have because grapplers in fighting games they're big and it's like Zangief, right? You know who Zangief is, right?
Yeah.
Like Zangief, his entire thing is like the fact that it'll grab you, fucking spin you around in the air and fucking do a lot of damage, right? However, his entire thing is fucking like you have to with like where you know how you have to do a core circle with the stick or the D-pad, right? For him, you have to do an entire fucking like circle with the D-pad in order to get it out.
Is it easier to do quarter circle with the D-pad or the joystick?
I'm pretty sure the joystick, because at that point it's like faster and all that shit, right? But I'm not sure.
Hmm.
Yeah, because
Controls I have.
I always struggle with those so much, and I always try to like mess around which one's easier, which one feels more comfortable. I don't know. I
Uh,
just probably need more
Yeah.
practice.
I struggle with half circle back, half circle forward.
Yeah,
Can't
yeah,
get the motion.
half circle what?
circle back. Yeah, the half circles. It's just
Yeah.
probably just the main version of the full circle shit.
It's just painting.
Yeah. Those shits are a pain in the ass too. Not as much of a pain in the ass, otherwise I wouldn't be able to play Chun-Li in some games, but still, pain in the ass nonetheless.
Yeah.
What is with some fighting games that have like long ass combos?
Fucking Fighter Z, right? Like if it wasn't for fucking auto combos, Jaden, you'd be fucking lost. Like how guys don't know how fucking bad it is, like how bad combos are in Arc System games in general, right? Like Aiden, do you do long combos in fucking Guilty Gear?
It's hard to do combos in Guilty Gear.
Have you ever been hit by a long ass combo in Guilty Gear though?
Yeah. But
Yeah,
it,
nah, those are common. Those are like fucking common shit in Arc System games. Like all the Guilty Gears, the fucking Fighter Z's, right?
it's
What
hard
else
to
am I missing?
it's hard
Like,
to combo in Guilty Gear because in Guilty Gear you have to actively try to push your opponent because anytime you attack somebody if you're trying to go for a combo but you're not pulling off the right moves like you and your opponent will like push away from each other, so you have to be actively on top of your opponent all the time. But if you're not comboing right, you'll be pushing yourself away from your opponent, so you can't even combo
uh,
them.
yeah,
Mm.
and like
Yeah, on Fighter Z it's
uh,
really easy because it's so easy to push your opponent.
you get to press Y. Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can do an auto combo and just spam
yeah,
that.
that's what I do. That's what I do in Fighter Z. And I have no shame. That being said, I have been like in air combat. I've been like getting more like jiggy with it, right? Like I've been practicing my air combos more, and it's like easy that way too. You know?
It's a little difficult for me to get air
Yeah.
combos when I'm playing fighters. Sometimes I click the because either they fall down to the ground a little bit too low, and I try to use like attacks that would probably reach them, but their hitbox was just below my attack.
Mm,
But like Vegito, he has like that spirit sword that can like go down. So if a player falls down, you just pick him right back up with that.
yeah,
Cause you remember,
that's how the normal thinking works.
remember Blue Vegito's spirit sword attack. You know, one where like he shoots the blade
Oh,
downwards.
fine, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
I hit someone with that today. Like that was the reason why I almost won that game before this.
I love using that Goku and spirit bombing you. That's so funny.
Yeah, that's always funny. It's always funny when I dodge it too and just fucking attack you from behind.
There's sometimes you literally can't get to me because I'll be at the very back of the map and I'll pull off the spirit bomb and then you just all the way at the other side.
Yeah, that's always funny when I do
Yeah.
that to other
Swear,
people too. Like
I, s-
when they just do it raw.
I still remember when we recorded that Fighter Z video. I literally told you we were banning you from using hits
Oh yeah, nah.
because you would
I stopped
use
using hit a while ago
yeah
anyway.
because you're like using one of his moves that would like cover the whole map at the very beginning of the game.
Yeah,
Mm.
that was funny though. That's always funny.
Yeah, but as soon as I was telling Michael about your team before you started changing ones, he was like, "Oh no, what does he use?" I told him you use hit, and he's like, "Oh no."
And hit's a bitch. Let's not deal with him. He's a bitch.
He's very annoying to fight.
Yeah.
Ultra Instinct is annoying to fight too, but I haven't fought any Ultra Instinct players so far since I've played. But then again, I only played
Uh,
one ranked game. In that one ranked game, the dude had Gogeta Blue, Ultimate Gohan, and I actually don't remember what this other character was.
uh,
But then again,
and
I don't really know what characters are good and what characters are bad right now. But all I know is that the only character I do know that is good is like MUI Goku, and then like I use just base Goku and Bardock because I like them.
Yeah.
uh, yeah, and I started using Vegito because I started realizing that he has like seriously fucking touch of death potential. I started using him as my anchor, like the last thing I'll ever need, right? And he's been serving me well so far.
Okay.
I
No, I did.
guess while we're on
I found the video
the,
where I beat that guy.
really?
Yeah, where I beat that one guy. Yeah, it doesn't show me his full team. Yeah. Oh, I remember why I clipped it. I clutched up. The dude was I was like one shotable, but I was
Oh
able to pull
damn,
off like one of my ultimates.
damn, okay.
I can send it to you and you'll see what I mean. It was really cool. It was so close.
Hmm.
See this shit then? Yeah, well, I guess we're on the topic of fighting games, right? I guess I should probably fucking gush about one of my favorites, fucking Samurai Showdown. Have you guys heard of this game before?
What game?
Samurai Showdown.
No, I've not heard of it.
Essentially, Samurai Showdown is like a dope fighting game. It's by the same people who did King of Fighters, right? SNK. Essentially, their entire shtick, their entire thing of fucking Samurai Showdown is the footsies game, right? Which footsies is trying to like control like the neutral. I'm not sure what another word for it would be, but it's just basically like the space in between the two people. Footsies is just essentially trying to make your opponent whiff, so you like punish them for it. You know, that's the entire goal of it. So basically, like I said, in this game, there are barely any combos. There are no long combos, right? There's no Guilty Gear type combos, no Street Fighter type combos. It's just like if there's a combo, it's usually like 2 or 3 hits, right? That's what Samurai Showdown is. And it's really dope because in this, how do I say it to me? It's really dope because in its place is like a lot of fucking damage. Like each fucking character does a lot of damage. Each hit does a lot of fucking damage to the point where like you have no fucking idea whether or not like you can have the life lead, right? But that's not going to mean shit if you fuck up and get hit, right? Like you can just get hit and fucking get down in like a few seconds and like a few more hits, right? So you just gotta sort of learn to let go of that shit, right? It's really dope because it's basically centers itself around like the story of like the fucking samurai, right? It feels like a real fucking samurai type thing. It feels like a real samurai like battle going on because the samurai back in the day used to be about that. It used to be about just nothing but fucking about nothing but just fucking your life is on a blade, right? One slash could fucking mean the end of it all, and it's really dope because the end of it all, quite literally in the game too, you could fucking kill people a Mortal Kombat style too, where if you in the game a certain way you could kill someone. But unlike in Mortal Kombat, where the fatalities are often long and drawn out, instead the fatalities in this game fucking kill you in one slice. It's like in an anime where the character pulls out a sword, does one slice, puts it back in, the person is in half in a second. It's really dope. It's a really dope fighting game. I think you guys would both like it because it doesn't focus on special moves. It only focuses on just like buttons. It only focuses on like the actual buttons and stuff like that. Yeah, I just love that game a lot. I love playing competitively. Right. That fun fact, and then in Capcom versus SNK, like I said, main that dude because they quite literally they took that fucking gameplay style Capcom did and made it their own and made it well balanced within the world of Capcom versus SNK to the point where like, despite the fact that you got these long combo ass characters like Ryu and Ken and all those guys, you can still very much win a game with him. It's dope and it's always funny watching people react to it too. Whenever you fucking slice them and all of a sudden half their health bar is gone, it's dope.
Yes. Looking at it, looks really fun.
Yeah, I'm looking at a clip.
I got something that we can talk about now
I
that
got
we've got
yeah.
off our long tangent on fighting games. Have you guys heard about Baldur's Gate 3?
Yeah, I've
Oh yeah,
heard
I've
of
heard
it.
that. All the D&D fans went wild over that shit.
Not just the D&D fans, pretty much everybody on the internet. To
Yeah,
to a
but the
point,
D&D fans like make themselves loud.
I had like a rant last night just about like how games like Baldur's Gate 3 and Elden Ring are like actually good games and develop and like AAA developers that are making like shitty games are looking at them like heresy.
Yeah, they are. They are, man.
So why not get into my little rant? So they keep complaining. They like complain like why is like don't expect a game like this from us. Do, we're not gonna make a game like this and stuff. It's like how have we gotten to the point to now when a good game comes out, developers are like, man, this why don't expect this from us. Why is a game like this so big and stuff like that? How have we gotten to a
Yeah,
point to it's now so weird to see a really good game?
yeah,
Like back then, we've
Yeah.
had game like anytime it was a complete opposite back then. We see a bad game come out, and it was like, what bad like a truly bad game. It was like, what an actually truly bad
yeah,
game comes out and it actually exists. This is weird. This is probably just a mistake. And then nowadays we get bad games all the damn time. And
yeah.
so because of just all the
Mhm.
microtransactions and everything, and also Baldur's Gate has like no microtransactions and no shady practices or anything. You get the game, you get what you want. Same thing with like Elden Ring. You get the game, you get what you want.
Yeah,
Mhm.
But then you have like developers who are like, no, we gotta shove a bunch of microtransactions. We gotta make the players play the game more by making everything extremely grindy and annoying to play. We gotta make them do chores in a video game.
yeah,
Now, this is where I had this funny thing. Now here's this funny trick. AAA developers don't know about this one trick that they don't want you to know about. When you make an actually good game, you make more money. It's so crazy, right?
yeah, yeah.
So
I don't
Yeah,
crazy.
know
so
why they don't
crazy.
get that shit either. Like, I don't get that shit either, man. Like, yeah, nah, I don't fucking understand.
It's like you do realize like you've made good games back then that are doing way better than what you are doing right now. How did you guys make good games back then, but now you're making shitty games now? Like look at Blizzard. Look at the shit they
Yeah,
made back
nah,
then, and now look what they're doing now. You have
yeah,
Overwatch
nah.
2 as like the most hated game on Steam right now.
Yep.
And I don't really get that shit, man. Like that's some bullshit right there. Like,
Yeah,
also I just bought Guilty Gear, by the way.
you just got it.
So yeah, so folks, expect to see Aiden left to get his ass kicked in the near future.
Yeah, because
In a
the
completely
only
different
reason
way.
the only reason I get my ass beaten fighting games is because you played longer than me and you know how to pick up characters. Like literally when we were doing
14 years,
yeah,
14 years, 14.
like literally when we were playing Fighter Z, we were using characters we've never used before, and
Adapt. Like,
yeah, and you adapt instantly. I mean, I
just
still.
funny because this is.
I mean, there are sometimes I was actually beating you up a little bit, but then after that, you just clap back of a character you've never used before, and you've used them a couple times.
I mean, to be fair, I did use Piccolo like once at the beginning because like I was like, this dude's a great dad. Let's play him, right? I have a soft spot for good dads. Yeah.
Mm.
I mean, if you want to do a Guilty Gear video anytime, you record it or I'll record it or whatever, don't matter.
Yeah.
We can do one if you want.
I'm probably gonna do one for me since you had. I'll do Guilty Gear.
I should reinstall it though. I freed it up because of space recently, just
Uh,
because I got like a new game.
Mm.
I'm probably gonna have to free up some space here because, like I said, I pre-ordered Mortal Kombat. Which, speaking of which, the reason why I bought Guilty Gear is because apparently my parents are willing to pay for both Mortal Kombat and Starfield for my birthday, so that gives me
Oh,
much more room in my
that's nice.
budget. So that's dope.
Doesn't Starfield come out next month?
And
Yeah,
next month is also my birthday.
yeah, it literally comes out next month.
Like 10 days, like 10 days after Starfield comes out, it's my birthday.
I literally can't wait to play it just because like I said on other podcast episodes just in general. Cannot wait to play it because I cannot wait to see how bad they're gonna mess this up.
I I like the launch Fallout 76, right? So
We do
like
not talk about
I
the. I played Fallout 76 the first few months it was out, and it was
yeah,
the most interesting experience I've ever had with a video game.
like legit. The only reason I'm pretty sure like one of the reasons why I enjoyed launch Fallout 76 was because at the very least it showed who my real friends were. Because like I said back then, like people were fucking constantly backstabbing me. At the very least, I found someone who was willing to play fucking Fallout 76 with me. So yeah, I guess that's one of the reasons why I
That was
appreciated
me,
it.
and that was
Yeah, you, and Austin to a certain extent. Yeah,
yeah. Austin doesn't play too much Fallout 76 anymore.
yeah,
He's on. He's on that Roblox grind.
yeah.
I offered him if he could do it, do the podcast this week. He says he's been busy and stuff, so I just told him just hit me up
Mm,
whenever you want to do it, and then yeah, it'll be fun.
yeah.
That'll be fun to
Yeah.
talk with him, especially talking about his Roblox history. Jeez, that's gonna be a lot of fun to talk about, especially how he's been banned for the most absurd reasons you'll ever hear. No, I might as well just talk about it real quick. Yeah, so
Yeah.
uh, Austin has a history of being banned in Roblox, and it's like, oh, is he just messing around doing a lot of bad stuff? No, it's actually the exact opposite. He literally does nothing. I'm serious.
Uh,
So Austin plays a game called Please Donate, which is basically how you get Robux. People ban him because he has so much Robux in his account. By the way, last time I looked at it, it was like 86K, something like that. That was the last time I saw how much he had in it. But his account, but his total amount of Robux, like if you count the stuff he spent on, his account's like worth, I want to say 500,000 Robux.
damn.
And he's barely spent money. Like if you want to ask if you tell him his account value, I'd probably say it's around $200. I'll probably say the rest of it is just getting it
Yeah.
for free. And people
Yeah.
ban him multiple times because he doesn't share with people. He doesn't donate to people on Please Donate.
Sounds like a communist regime at that point. Like man refuses to share his wealth, so he gets fucking executed. Like, does that not sound like fucking communism right there?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No,
Uh,
but when it comes with Mason, he's been banned, and he's been banned for the right reasons.
oh damn, what has he done,
Huh.
man?
You know what he's done. Then again, you probably don't know what he's done because you don't know what it's like when you're in a call with Mason when
I
it's
mean,
just me and him.
I was pretty nervous that one episode he came on. So yeah,
Yeah, no.
I was nervous that.
Whenever we're recording, he knows whenever I tell him we're recording, he knows like what to say, what not to say,
That's dope. That's good then. That's good.
which is surprising because I feel like just making him mad will make him say the worst stuff you'll ever hear, like in a COD, like
Yeah,
Modern Warfare 2 lobby stuff.
yeah.
Yeah, but literally Austin, he does not donate Robux, and because of that, because he leaves his PC on all night, just getting Robux for free, basically, and because he doesn't donate to anybody, he sometimes goes back onto his PC being like, oh, why am I banned? And sometimes he has his account permabanned a few times, and so he has to, like, reinstate it with Roblox. And that's all because he doesn't give back to people. Even on his account, if you go to, like, his page, it even says, like, don't ask me for Robux.
Uh,
The funny thing is,
yeah.
whenever I get into class with him, sometimes like during like this school year, whenever I get into class with him, sometimes he'll be like, Aiden, give me some Robux. I'm so poor. Give me some Robux. Look how much Robux I have. And I looked at it, and it's like 86,000.
He should probably be giving you some Robux if anything.
He's never given Robux to anybody.
Uh,
Yeah, that Roblox is like the only thing he plays nowadays. He used to play a lot of other stuff. I mean, the last game I saw him play constantly was Elden Ring when I told him to try it out, and he got really addicted to that game for a long while.
Uh, and now that you can't be
Uh,
going around doing that shit, man. You can't.
yeah, and but I feel like he'll probably start playing. I feel like he'll be. I feel like he'll play Starfield when that comes out.
And I know a bunch of people that are probably going to be playing Starfield when it comes out.
He plays every Nintendo game that comes out, just because his dad's like a super huge Nintendo fan
Mm.
who like buys every new game, especially Zelda, especially Legend of Zelda.
Mm.
He's marathoned all the games. Even
Are they really like that good though?
some of them are, some of them aren't. The all the ones on the Switch like Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, really good games.
Mm.
Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, also really good. Recommend playing the 3DS version, but I doubt you guys probably have a 3DS left laying around. If you do, then
Well, well,
probably
um,
probably mod
I,
your
I don't
3DS.
I don't have a 3DS lying around. However, I have my ways. I have my ways, you know.
Oh,
Emulators.
I didn't just stop at Dead Space and Fightcade. I got greedy. Tried fucking Mortal Kombat vs. DC. Fun fact. Wait, I probably sure I already told this story, but fucking Dead Space sucks on emulator. Like,
most games suck on emulator.
I tried doing MK vs. DC. I like the worst settings and it was still fucking lagging. So yeah, I just can't. I can't play it.
It kind of just depends on what game it is, because I hear that other games will work fine on emulators, while others will work like complete trash.
Yeah.
So I feel like
Oh,
it just depends.
well, Dolphin emulator is like the best actually emulator that I've played so far. So much so that I still on my computer right now, right? Like I've been able to play like older Mortal Kombat's like Deception and Armageddon. I played a bunch of stuff. Dolphin is dope. Yeah.
You should try getting Gmod sometime.
I want to. I want to. I'm just afraid
What are you afraid?
the shit I might find.
Uh,
The
just
unholy shit.
just play, just only play with us, because when me and Mason got Gmod, it was just me and him playing. We did join a prop hunt server, but we left after a while because we just felt uncomfortable the whole time. It's not that the people were weird on there. It's just like we just felt uncomfortable. So
Okay.
Mm.
we just stick to playing on maps and messing around with mods, which we had the most fun with. We would just download random mods and go onto maps and just start killing each other with anything. It'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's only $10, and sometimes it goes on sale.
I just spent $40 on a fighting game. Fighting game number 20 that I own.
I mean, come on now, is that $10? That $10 can last you a long time. Then again, I haven't touched Gmod since like we went on spring break because Mason's computer size is like dog crap because he hasn't gotten his PC yet.
Yeah. Okay.
He's working on like
No.
he has to work. He's basically just using a laptop. He's been using a laptop for like years, and like he has like less than a gig of storage. Last time I remember. And the thing is,
Uh,
Gmod can really take up all your storage depending on what you download and what you forget to keep. Like you can remove mods. It's not like once you add them, they're permanently on your game. Now you can remove them off. It
okay.
also helps with like
Uh,
in case some mods conflict with each other. So you like can
uh,
remove them. Most of the time, depending on what you're downloading, mods could range between like I don't know, maybe 50 megabytes to maybe about 500 megabytes. Not
yeah,
each.
nah.
Yeah.
Some will be a lot less. The reason why some will range to 500 is that it's mostly because of maps, or just because of they're like a really big mod.
I get that. I get that. Speaking of modding, I guess you know what fucking mod community pisses me off the most
What? What?
in terms of like the actual game itself, the Fallout mod community. Because holy shit, that I'm not sure if I told this story on the podcast, and I've told you this story, Aiden, while we're playing 76 or some shit, but like that. But I tried modding Fallout New Vegas, right? Because I really wanted to play this mod called Fallout New California. I heard it was dope. I heard it was a new Fallout experience. Holy shit, I am starved for Fallout content. I need something new, right? So what I did was I bought it and I decided to mod it, right? Or tried to mod it, and holy shit, it's so unnecessarily complicated, which pisses me off because fucking Todd seemed like it was going to be like one of the greatest ways to mod. It's one of the greatest games to mod ever. Todd Howard and Bethesda, they act like they support their games fully. If you guys support your fucking games fully, why is it so fucking hard to mod your games? Why, like, why? Like, why'd you make it so hard, man? Why don't you, like, include some shit with it, right? Like, fucking Todd, Joshua Swear, I think that's what his name is. Like, he made his own mod for Fallout New Vegas, right? However, it's so fucking hard to mod it. Like, it's so fucking hard to put in the fucking game. And that just pisses me off because it doesn't have to be. You guys clearly support it that way. Why'd you guys make it so fucking intricate? It doesn't have to be that intricate, man. Just please. Oh my god, man. Like that just pissed me off. Like I wish it was easier. Like
Like
there's like
Fallout
fucking like
4 and
it's
Skyrim?
like 12. Yeah, it's Fallout 4 and Skyrim are fucking easy because Bethesda gives it to you. But even still, they don't give you the fucking juicy mods, right? The fucking, you guys know what I'm talking about, right? Um, you guys know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah,
Fallout 4 New Vegas. Fallout
no,
4 New
Yeah.
Vegas. That's what I'm talking about.
you
One
sent a
of those games like
picture.
that.
You sent a picture by accident of one of the mods you added.
Oh shit! No.
We know what you
Okay, I did,
download.
didn't I?
We know what you
Yeah.
download.
Mm.
CBBE. Yeah. I'm not afraid to admit that. But yeah, nah. Like, but seriously though, Bethesda hides the actual good mods from us though, and that fucking pisses me off too. Like, just make it easy, man. Come on, it's not that bad. It's not that hard, man. Shit.
Mm.
I'd be even be willing to forego. I'd be even willing to like forego like the achievement shit that he keeps doing, right? Because you know how you install a mod it turns off achievements, right? I'd be even willing to be able to deal with that if you just gave us the good fucking mods and like on Fallout 4, right? There's like a limit to how many mods you can install, right? Why don't you just make the fucking file size on your Xbox bigger and have us be able to install unlimited mods? Let us learn that lesson. Don't fucking like teach us that lesson early. Just let us learn that lesson for ourselves. Like shit, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything's a lot more easier to mod on like Steam because they have like workshops,
Uh,
especially
yeah,
for their Steam official games
yeah,
like just in Gmod in
for dead.
general. Like, even when it's not like Steam like Valve official games Gmod literally has a whole thing about it because that's the whole point. I guess it's not really a good example because Gmod is literally just a game you mod. That's mostly it. I mean, unless you're like those
Yeah.
weirdos that play roleplay servers that
Uh,
that you're not allowed
oh
to have
wait.
fun in.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I swear, even if you
Mm.
follow rules on there, someone will probably like get mad at you and report you to admins. You have no
Reminds me
idea.
of the Mino.
You have no idea how many times I've seen like roleplay videos. Well, then again, all the roleplay videos I watch are just people just fucking around in there. That's really funny.
Uh,
Yeah.
You do have to admit it's really funny to fuck around in there because everybody takes it so seriously. You'll like
yeah.
it'll probably be extremely rare to find a person who will actually be like, okay, don't do that again, but I mean that was pretty funny. I know everybody takes it like as a job that they do for free.
Yeah.
Like God, man, I'd
That
have
sure reminds me of Mino.
I'd have more respect for you if you worked at McDonald's than like running as an admin on a Gmod server full time. Like not even a lie. Because at least you're getting paid for something. At least you're getting a living off something.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm.
And
Agree.
um, guess for like a even worse segue, this goes back into something I said on Discord, right? Aiden left, you know what I'm talking about, so don't fucking mention the shit that Michael said about this. Like, please don't. Please don't. Like I said, my parents listen to this shit, so don't mention that shit. But If you could be any fictional character, who would it be?
If I could be any fictional character, who would it be?
Yeah. I think I'll change my answer. Just well, I'll give two answers. Just make it interesting, right? Like for you guys at least.
I don't know.
Um,
Probably Goku. It's pretty badass.
what about you, Joseph?
Mhm. Or anyone who has the ability to teleport.
That
So
makes sense.
Goku.
Yeah.
Uh, and I said on Discord that if I could be a fictional character, it'd be Scorpion. So that way I could just drag people to hell. And then on another
Oh yeah,
Discord, I followed
that.
that up by saying, "No, don't mention Michael. Don't mention, don't mention it. Don't mention it. Don't mention it. We need to
Okay,
keep that on lockdown.
I won't.
We need to keep this on lockdown.
I won't mention it, but I'll send it to Joseph so he knows what we're talking about.
Yeah. Just don't say that. But yeah, no, I said Scorpion, so I drag people to hell. And then on a separate Discord, I said that I elaborated on that, saying I chose Scorpion specifically so that I could shit out of the person I dragged to hell. So that was cathartic. And I said that after I got into an argument with a dude for misusing the word woke, right? That one, yeah, but yeah, but
There, I dropped the image. Just look. Okay, so
yeah.
the top image that's cut off is where he put Scorpion, and look what Michael put underneath it.
Don't read it out loud though. Don't read it out loud.
I
But
will.
yeah, yeah. Since I got so like I was so fucking pissed with this dude because he was telling me to go cry about it and shit. That I was like, if I could drag this person to hell, beat the absolute shit out of him, but that man stay forever. I'd fucking do that. That'd be my heaven now. Just fucking beating the shit out of this guy and people who are like him, right? Yeah, because he misused the word woke, right? That always pisses me off, right? Yeah, I guess to make it more interesting, right? A second fictional character would have to be Superman. I always said Superman. Like for a while, I've been saying Superman, right? Because true powers, right? But I mostly want to be like a beacon of hope for people. No, because like classic Superman is the guy who saves cats out of trees and like fucking tells people to not go kill themselves, right? That's like sort of fucking inspiring to me. That's always been inspiring to me, right? Just
Mm.
I want to be inspiring to other people, you know. So yeah, and two answers are on different ends of the fucking spectrum.
I'm just trying to find. It's so funny.
Uh,
I love Michael so much.
uh,
Yeah, you Carlos gets into some stuff sometimes.
and it was a moral weakness. Still in it, but yeah, nah.
Mm.
Yeah, at least I had this talk with.
Michael has that problem. Has that problem too, though.
Me
So.
and Michael has a problem. Not really anymore. He
Do
did.
you really
He
look me?
did.
I want you to look at my profile pic because we're not in person right now. I want you to look my profile pic in the eyes and tell me he has a fucking relapse. Like that man doesn't sound like he's fucking relapsed, man. Like
No, he's been doing it. Well, I mean, honestly, I actually am not too sure.
see, like
He's calmed down on the anime stuff,
yeah,
but
fucking
just
yeah,
on the other stuff online in general, I'm not too sure.
yeah.
Then again, there was that one time we were. It was like a 30-minute free time period during school.
Oh
We were like
shit.
all in the we were all in the cafeteria. We were all like joking to Michael. Michael, open up your search history. Open up your like phone images. His images are his camera roll is clean. I will vouch for him for that. His camera roll is clean.
Okay.
Okay.
But you're like, all right, open up your Safari, or Google or whatever, and go to your. We want to see your search history right now. Show us right now. And literally, as soon as the second he opened it up, we saw the top what he was on right now, and it was on the hub.
What?
He wasn't even hiding it.
Oh,
He was basically proudly
oh my
showing it.
god.
He was proudly showing it out.
God damn.
He didn't
God
swap to
damn.
it.
Mm.
He didn't swap to it. It wasn't on a search history. Nope. as soon as he opened it up, that was what popped up.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah, Michael's been
Yeah,
going.
I guess
Mike,
go
he's been at church during the summer.
church. Yeah, that's ironic, isn't it? That's really
Yeah,
fucking
I
ironic.
was even joking with him about it.
Yeah, that's
He
fucking
def
ironic.
he definitely still searches up the stuff though. You know that. There's no way he does not.
Yeah,
He got a temporary cleansing.
yeah. I guess still going into the philosophical question, it's then if you could revive one dead meme, one dead trend from TikTok or whatever, one dead something, internet something, right? What would it be?
Tide Pod challenge so we can kill off more of the stupid people.
Yeah, honestly, like I'm not advocating. You know what? Never mind. Never mind. I can't say that shit. But yeah, no, I see your point. I'm going to disagree on that shit. But I see your point. No, but you, Joseph?
I'm not sure. Uh, hmm, I guess. Hmm. Hold on. What meme would you revive?
On me, mine's more of a trend than a meme. But it's like there's like this song that I play called like "Let Go" by Park. Where went money no ma let go. Ooh, that one, guys. Know what I'm talking about?
No?
I'll send you the one I
No.
made trying to revive it. Trying to revive it, but essentially it was like this dope meme where it was essentially like times when life hit different or whatever.
Come on.
Um,
You
it
trying
was
to
dope, just
you're
going
trying to
through
revive
different
a
fun.
dead meme? Look at us. We barely have 100 subs. Still nobodies. And you're
Yeah,
trying
but
to
I get
and you
1,000K videos consistently. You got 4,000K vids on like one video.
yeah, but I had a spike, and that was I wasn't cheating my way with shorts.
Shorts isn't cheating.
Hmm.
Shorts is legit.
Shorts
Shorts is
is
legit, man.
cheating.
I should probably send this to Discord tonight. But yeah, Shorts isn't cheating though, man. Shorts is legit. This
Oh,
is a
I've seen
legit way to
this.
do
Yeah, I've
shit.
seen that video.
Yeah, no, that's like part of a bigger trend though. I love that because it was fucking relaxing, man.
Bro,
It was relaxing. I loved it.
that just reminds me when I beat like what was it? BioShock Infinite.
Oh yeah.
That was literally me when I beat BioShock Infinite for the first time.
I made that part of the meme specifically based off of like that story about Fallout and like Dead Money and all that. That was like specifically based off of me beating Dead Money. Oh shit, right? Like,
Mm-hmm.
which fun fact about that story, I guess. While I got you guys here, well, Joseph doesn't know what story I'm talking about. Essentially, it's a story about how I got bullied in middle school, right? And how like I got New Vegas, and I beat the main game and it didn't do much for me. However, I liked it enough to buy the DLC. The first DLC is called Dead Money, right? And essentially, the story goes over. The story I told is basically how fucking Dead Money told the story about letting go and beginning again, right? And how it sort of like made me get over the shit that happened in middle school and start over, right? However, fun fact about that story is in the story I said that within the week I was able to get the message, right? Because it took me a while to get it. The reason why I got it is because there was a cut content because that story wasn't supposed to be just about Dead Money. It's supposed to be about all the DLCs because that entire DLC cycle beats into your fucking head to let go. Every single thing. Like Dead Money is quite literally about a heist in a ghost casino, right? And that entire thing is about how the guy who fucking kidnapped you, put a bomb collar around you to go rob a place, couldn't let go of the fact that couldn't let go of that technology, couldn't get let go of that entire thing, right? And like you have a choice to fucking kill him via just trapping him in the fucking vault and watch him suffocate, right? Because you couldn't let go. The second DLC is called Honest Hearts. It's about this guy who can't let go of the fact that he was wronged in the past by the Legion, which is the main bad guys of fucking New Vegas, right? He was fucking burned, set on fire, and he claims to have letting go of that, to not want revenge and all that. However, the main conflict is driven by some fucking repressed trauma that he has, and shit like that, right? It teaches you to let go of your past traumas and to not want to seek revenge, right? Fucking DLC 3 is called Old World Blues. Old World Blues is quite literally just is basically it's a beautiful quote, right? I think it's basically if I remember it correctly, in the end they say there's this old world saying called Old World Blues. It's basically about people who are so fixated on the past they can't see the present, much less the future for what it is. They stare into the what was like a deer in headlights, about to die to the thing they're looking at, right? That's what the entire point of Old World Blues. And then Lonesome Road, the entire conflict is started because this one dude is pissed at your character for delivering a package to the fucking city and having it blowed up, right? He's been hunting for your character this entire time. He just can't let go of that, right? Like that's how I was able to get that fucking message, right? It wasn't just dead money alone. However, if I explained all that, one, it would have been fucking overcomplicated, right? I wanted to create a simple story that everyone, including the non-Fallout fans, could fucking get, right? But two, I just didn't want it to like fucking overbear it anyway. I didn't want it to go on for way too fucking long anyway, too, you know? So that's why I only said dead money. But it was really the entire DLC cycle that started it, man. Yeah.
Mm.
And I forgot how that tangent got started, but there's the tangent right there.
Yeah, I kind of forgot it too. We've been kind of over the place, but that's fine.
Yeah.
Mm.
First fighting games, then this shit.
Yeah, well, we're like an hour and six into it right now, so I say we could start wrapping up
Yeah. That's a great place to end it.
because I don't really got too much to add.
Yeah,
Me either.
either.
All right, well, I guess we're under right here. All right, thank you for watching.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Thank you, dude.
We'll see if we can get somebody brand new next week. It
Yeah.
just depends. But then again,
Mm.
we start school soon, so you know that my upload schedule is gonna pretty slow. But of course, the
Yeah.
podcast will still be cranking out because I have free time.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Mm.
Like my school, they go fucking nuts on the homework, so I might miss a few episodes
But
coming up,
we
but
can always do it every
I'll
we
try.
can always do it every Sunday. It's just whenever
Yeah.
we have free time.
Yeah.
All we need is just an hour.
Just an hour.
Yeah.
But yeah,
All
it
right.
was dope. Got Guilty Gear in a podcast on Impulse Buy again. It was like after the Evo sale when it was like $10, so I had to spend 40. This is a bad financial decision. The more I think about it, this is a bad decision. Bad fucking decision, man.
It's fine. We all do that.
Yeah,
We all impulsively buy a game that we see.
Yeah.
that's what half my library is. Dead by Daylight, like a good fifth of them are always going like hits, right? Like Dead by Daylight, fucking Overwatch One was an impulse buy, right? KX back in the day, that was it. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm.
Well, we're gonna wrap it up real quick. All
Yeah.
right.
Okay.
Any last things? Or are
Oh
we
yeah.
all saying bye?
Subscribe to your Kang.
Yeah.
And maybe give me 4,000 views. That'd be dope.
No, no,
Like,
no, no.
like specifically
Uh, uh,
specifically the Fortnite fan fiction that I wrote that I've read aloud. That meant a lot to me. That means a lot. That means a
Yeah,
lot to me. So it'd be dope.
the one that you would make in middle school. Still remember it.
Yeah.
Yeah, real quick. Anytime we get on the bus with him, from like the morning or like when we were getting back home, he would always be writing that while we're like listening to
Yeah.
music on the bus ride.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. It's horrible to read back now, but I still love it. There's a lot of heart in it. So.
Yeah. All right. All right. Well, goodbye, everyone.
Uh,
Uh,